Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to continue with the tarot readings for the Cancer season, for the Cancer idols. And I was thinking about doing a tarot reading for 17 member Wonwoo. I don't know how it's pronounced his name. Probably it's Wonwoo, and I have no idea how to pronounce it. Because um my pronunciation is not very well, so I was like thinking about it. um but yeah, since he's a Cancer sun, and I think that I never read for him, like, and if I did, I don't remember. So I pulled some cards also from the Oracle of Archetypes, to give a bit of depth about his personality traits, or about how he's connecting with his personality traits at the moment. What are his personality traits? So yes, let's do this, and then we're going to expand a bit on the tarot to see what's ahead for him. So yes, from the archetypes, he got the archetypes of Queen, Judge, and Athlete. So very interesting, actually, very interesting. In the sense that, even though he is a Cancer sun, actually very impressed how the first card that he got, it's a Queen. So I would say that he is a different kind of Cancer guy. Instead of him just being that sensitive, very water kind of vibe, he does give me this very Queen behavior. This someone that actually he loves to be praised. He has a high self-esteem, or at least this is what he wants to achieve. Um, he wants to be admired. He wants to be appreciated, and probably he's someone that his pride gets hurt the most. Like, probably he doesn't say that much, like he doesn't express it, but probably, it seems like he has high standards for the kind of love and attention that he receives. When you have the archetype of the Queen, you want to shine. You want to be admired, you want to be your best, you want to look your best, you want to, somehow like being the golden child. It does give me Leo vibes, but I don't know. Definitely he has, like, he probably is very generous at the same time, but he probably also has high standards for people around him. Probably he's in this period of his time where his life, where he is very proud of himself and everything that he had accomplished, or that he had been accomplishing. um we know that Cancer energy, sometimes it's all about, helping others and being there for others. But him being an entertainer, and a very talented one, I think that he's in this Queen archetype because he's somehow allowing himself to feel proud of him, and also to somehow be in this very stable throne. Him feeling praised, him feeling adored, him feeling loved at the same time, and being very comfortable with this position. Like, actually, that he loves the admiration, he loves the attention that he gets. And probably he's someone that he just, like, if he if he allows himself, he actually is very charming and has a lot of royal kind of vibe. I don't know if he, I don't know much about him, about Wonwoo, so I don't know if he has this attitude of him acting like a prince. Um, I actually think that I get the feeling that he's actually very humble, but there's something about him having the possibility to switch to an the archetype of the queen. I don't know if maybe is when he's on stage that somehow he becomes this very powerful person, or this person that you want to admire, and he shines so much, or he looks so radiant when he's on stage. um so yes, I think that the queen behavior also is about him knowing his worth, and knowing his value, and him just feeling special. Probably he's in this period where he's feeling special, and he wants to be treated like this. There's something about him becoming comfortable with, like, I have ideals and I want to achieve them. And the ones that I did achieve, I feel very proud. I feel very proud of myself, proud of feeling like I'm special. There's something about him also wanting to be surrounded by people that can see that he's special, and actually, like, focusing on the people that loves him for who he is and his ability to shine, and just like not paying attention to the person that probably, I don't know, the haters, or people that just want to bring him down in his mood. He just wants to be like majestic. And also here with the judge in the middle, I think that there's something about him, probably having, when I mentioned that he has high standards for him and the people around him, probably there's a part of him that he can get a bit judgy from time to time. He can get a bit like, um, he can have this very sharp way of observing and analyzing things, and maybe he can come off as a bit of judgy, especially when he with his loved ones. I sense that um he's very harsh on himself, like he has high standards for himself, and probably, he has the same for the people around him. Probably the more he cares about you, the more he's going to judge you. He's going to, like, somehow being like, okay, this that you did, it wasn't that good, or you should be careful. Somehow, like, I don't think that he wants to just judge. I think that he wants to bring balance to people's life, and probably this means him being a sort of mediator. But also, I believe that people just listen to him. There's a sense of wisdom in what he says. I don't think that he gets into the archetype of the judge just because he's bored and he just wants to point weaknesses or flaws at people. I think that it more has to do with his power of observation. Probably he's a very observant person, and he's also in constant, developing of his skills, and probably he's always working really hard. And also, I think that maybe this is the vibe of um the whole 17 group, that they worked so hard to be better, to work on details. So probably he's very good at judging, but judging in order to improve, in order to be better. And probably, the way he judges, or the way he sees a situation, he does have the delicacy to be very very polite about it, not coming off like like I'm offending someone with what I'm saying. I think that he's very wise. I think that if he points out something in you, or something that needs to change, he does it from a place of respect, and he does it because he probably is right about what he sees. His power of judging things or situations. He probably has a good eye on this. So I think that he is someone that probably, if you want, to know if you're doing well, he is someone that can give you a sort of like a feedback, or a very interesting input about what you should improve. But yes, I think that also, he can have this archetype of the judge, because just like he can judge something, he also judges himself all the time. It's not that he does it just for the exterior or just for others. He also practices it for himself and within himself. And also with the archetype of the athlete, I think that definitely this is a very competitive guy, and I think that the competition is always with himself. He wants to be the best that he can be. He is very competitive. He probably, he puts his body to the test. He wants to give his best on, like, you know he wants to give his best version. um and like I mentioned at the beginning with the queen archetype, he has high standards, so I think that he doesn't want to show up unprepared. He probably is someone that practices a lot, or that he can get a bit obsessive with being fit, or being in good condition, or being prepared, or being knowledgeable about what task he's going to do. He's someone that he always brings 100% of preparation. He's not someone that is just going to show up with a positive attitude, and being like, oh, everything will be all right, and he just doesn't put the work. I think that for him, I would say he's a bit obsessed with results. He probably he monitors himself a lot. He does a lot of monitoring on his past performances, or on others' performances. There's something about him just wanting to fix and be better. um, and I think that he definitely is very competitive. He wants his group to be the best of the best. And he's like, okay, I have to put the effort, I have to be better than the last time, so definitely also very strong mind, very strong body, with a strong willpower, definitely. This guy is very he's very intelligent, but at the same time, he also works a lot with his image. Um, and he's loved and adored with this. But he always wants to be outstanding. There he doesn't settle for less than outstanding or amazing. And I think that is good that he's an entertainer. I think that with these archetypes, he definitely has a strong sense of self. He works a lot on himself to be competent all the time. In the cards, the tarot that he got the Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords, the Hangman, Three of Wands, and Eight of Pentacles. And then from the Oracle, he got the card of Moon in Capricorn, practicality. Um, Honestly, I'm seeing this female in here, and I'm like, he's running away from something. He's running away from someone. I think that probably he did have a connection. Like in here, I cannot see what kind of connection this was, if this was romantic or what, because this comes from a recent past. So this person could be out of his life, or he could be like trying to get over her, because with this Queen of Wands, I'm like, this is a woman, this is someone that is important for him, but he's trying to look away, or get away from her, um but she's very strong. She's very she does, her attitude does remind me of this queen archetype as well. um I think that she also is very proud. It's very, has a strong character, very much fire sign energy, very passionate. Um, Also, she could be someone from the business, like a manager, or someone that has an important job or an important role, or maybe an actress. um but he's like, with the Seven of Swords, he's like deciding to walk away from her, and probably if he's not with her, he probably had been thinking about her. But he's like, I have to run away from this. Like, I cannot, like, really, I want to, I really want to get away from this, because this is not healthy, definitely. um Here with the handman definitely in the middle. I wonder if he's running away from the possibility of having, like, um a sort of like a scandal, or maybe, someone gossiping about him and this person, so he's like running away. Because I don't see feelings in here, but I see that I don't know if he is, there's a potential of him being associated with her or something like that. Um, but yeah, I think that she wanted something out of him, and he's just not responding. With the Seven of Swords, I think that he's like running away from this. From the time being, I think that he's not ready to give answers to others, especially to the opposite sex, or a potential connection from the past. I think that he doesn't feel like he has the strength or the willpower to sacrifice his career for a connection. I think that he's not deciding, he's choosing to not decide, and I think that at the end he's going to choose his work. Honestly, I think that this guy, he doesn't want drama, definitely. Um, I think that probably, I don't know the nature of this connection, but she's a s she probably gave him a sort of ultimatum, and he's just running away from it. He's like avoiding having to give an answer. He's like, I don't want to decide now. This is why he got the handman in the middle. He's reviewing his life in general. He's like, okay, like, I don't feel strong enough, to make a decision. That definitely, I think that he's a guy that he choose because he gets the queen archetype. Definitely he loves attention. He just feels well when he is, um I feel like he has a lot of admirers. I don't know why. And definitely I think that it's not that he does a lot to get this attention. I feel like he just shines. He just has that appeal. uh that's why I see this Queen of Wands in here, because I feel like she has a strong act, like a stronger not behavior, but a stronger personality than him, probably older. And she's very brave, like she's very courageous. I can see her like making the first move. I don't know if maybe she wanted to initiate a connection with him, and he was like, yeah, thank you, but no, I'm not interested. Something like that. Or probably it's not that he's not interested. I think that he just is not, he doesn't think that this is the right moment. He's busy. He's thinking about the future. He's thinking about future plans. So I definitely like sense that his mind is not on relationships at the moment. That probably he's not thinking about connections. He's actually thinking about work. Probably, 17 has a lot of plans for the future, or they have to go overseas, or they have, concerts or something like that. And probably they are working on something new. They are still working on this. I believe that he's going to keep working on the details until the near the end of this year. So I definitely see him like, I have to move on. I cannot get involved into something romantic at the moment. And I don't even think it's romantic, because I don't see cards that indicate like like I see her like being attracted to him, because she is a Queen of Wands. So definitely there's something about, a very passionate interaction, like in the sense that she could be very attractive. and there's a sense like, oh, you are attractive and I'm attractive, we should hang out, and but I definitely see that probably she's not his type because he's running away from her. He probably like started the communication and now he's regretting it. Now he's like, either he's lying to her or he's like avoiding answering her communication. I don't know, but I feel that he feels a bit like stuck when it comes to emotions or his life in general. I feel like things are not going the way he thought that things would go. um that's why I think that he is in this handman mode, because he's like, yeah, I think I will focus on work instead, because probably, relationships are just too complex for him. And I think that definitely this has to do with the archetypes that I got at the beginning. Him having high standards for himself and others. I think that definitely he has a view, or he has an aspiration, or he has a dream about, like like he wants love to happen in a different environment. I don't know if he has like a vision or a fantasy that he's like, oh, if I meet the person that I want, um it should be under certain conditions. He probably has like a very vivid imagination. He's like, oh, I expect to meet my soulmate or the person for me, and to feel butterflies in my stomach, and to be all like, all like like happy inside, and he doesn't feel that for this person. So I don't know if maybe this person was like somehow like this was arranged by others, like somehow like a blind date. I see him running away from this because this was probably arranged by others. Um, and probably others, I don't know if it's family or people just like being like, oh, you should be thinking about settling down or about finding the one, you know, or, something like that. Something, people just being worried about his love life or the absence of his love life, and introducing this person to him, but her being more interested in him than him in her, so he doesn't feel like this is fair. He doesn't want to be the one that delivers the bad news of like, okay, like, I don't feel like this for you. um so this is why I think that he will just be MIA for a while and not answering her test, and also like just focusing on work, just being like, okay, yeah, because I'm going on tour and I'm going to be traveling, and I'm going to be busy, so yeah, we will not be seeing each other anytime soon. Something like this, because I think that he senses that his career or his job is the only aspect of his life that he can dream, that he can aspire for more, and that actually he feels like he has a sort of creativity. His creativity expands when he's in a group, and he feels like he's playing his role in this life, and probably when it comes to connections or social interactions, he just feels very awkward. He feels a very awkward person. And also that since he has the queen, I want to go back to the queen archetype. I think that definitely he has high standards in love as well. So I don't see him like just falling in love with someone just like this. I think that and also with the judge and with the athlete, he has high standards. So I think that for him to find the one, that person is going to have to have a lot of good traits, or just traits that he finds ideal, and probably for him to find that is going to take a while. And also with the card that he got from the Oracle practicality, I think that definitely he's not in his romantic era, or he's not in his sensitive era. And this is interesting because he's a Cancer man, but I don't see his Cancer energy anywhere in this reading. And it's very funny because he got the card of a Capricorn placement, and Capricorn is the opposite of Cancer, so probably he's leaning more towards results and work and being practical and just being like, when I'm in work, I feel like I have control over my life and over my things. And I just want to be in control at the moment. I don't want any unexpected surprises. I don't want to be like in a roller coaster of emotions. I don't want to be unstable. I need stability at the moment. So I see him like finishing the year, focusing on the group's activities and focusing on himself. Probably he's also going to be working. I don't know if they have individual activities. Probably he's going to also be working on a solo project. So yeah, I see him like wanting to expand his probably his popularity or his influence. So yeah, you definitely will see him like getting more and more, busy, getting very busy. And at the same time, you're going to see him like actually because of the archetype of the athlete, he's going to be also like, he's going to be very competitive, and his attitude, his body language, everything is going to go towards this very masculine kind of attitude, very masculine, very attractive, very magnetic, very raw, like you're probably going to see him like more built in his body, or his presence is going to give off more like athlete kind of energy. I don't know if he was in the past, his body language was more of a soft boy. I think that in this case you're going to see that he's much more mature and much more like competitive. So yes, this is all I have for him. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you are a fan, I would love a feedback because I don't know much about him, but I do appreciate this reading. Was very fun. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.